This video is brought to you by Sutco Transportation. Sutco is hiring Class 1 drivers in Alberta and British Columbia. Wood chip division, Super B, and quad deck. To apply, go to sutco.ca. Use promo code QUADFAN to get an extra $100 on your first payday. Morning! Oh, it's 12 o'clock exactly? How is it lunchtime already? I don't know how that happened. We are on Highway 542 eastbound. Just left I-90. Bellingham behind us. I'll split this video up into several sections because we're driving on some cool new highways today, so we'll just do a short 15-minute section over here. And then another 15 minutes on the Coquihalla, highway through hell, and then we'll see where the rest of the video will be. But we're headed north back to Canada. To Sicamous. Yep, Sicamous. Today is July 12th. Already told you it's 12 o'clock. 24 degrees Celsius out. Jess has me seriously debating she's got that master plan. She has this idea, instead of buying an RV, buy a big heavy-duty pickup truck, put a biggest camper that they make on top of that big heavy-duty pickup truck, and use that as a pilot vehicle. And then do a work and live out of the truck. And just be a pilot vehicle for all these wide loads, unique loads, and go to weird places, right? So, yeah, sounds fun. So we got a load of wood pellets, you know, like burning fuel wood pellets. Gorgeous day over here. A little bit of breeze. Like I was saying yesterday, this is the type of driving that's my favorite. Narrow 2-lane twisty highway. not expecting the car in front to be slowing down. Locked up the brake a little bit on the rear of the trailer. Put another flat spot on that drop axle. Oh wow. Just trying to think in my head, what have I seen as pilot cars? I've seen some pretty big pickups with just canopies on the back, but I don't know if I've ever seen a pickup with a camper as a pilot vehicle, but I don't see why there'd be any reason you wouldn't be able to. Living in a camper though, 2 people? I mean, we live in this truck, and a camper would be quite a bit bigger than this truck. I think you can get campers with built-in showers, like a wet bath. I don't know, we're gonna have to maybe find some manufacturers that make campers, do some tours. We've got about a year. Year and a half before we want to go again. I don't understand what's going on with that camera just shutting itself down like that. Is there a setting I messed up? I see some kind of like a voice command logo on it. Am I telling it to shut down? It's maybe misreading what I'm saying and thinking it needs to stop recording. I'll have to check the settings because that's weird. I might have screwed up some kind of settings somewhere along the way. Voice command definitely does not have to be on. Nooksack River. Welcome to Nugents Corner. love the trees being carved out perfectly to fit us, because that's who carved out the trees to look like that. Every time there's a big rig hitting them, they get carved out a little further. I imagine most of the carving is done by oversized loads. Someone didn't make that corner. Get that power pole, or phone pole. Looks like they've got power on the left side and phone on the right. Looked like they had a bunch of these berry harvesters out on the field. It's harvest season. That tree, I trimmed it a little bit. Got different kinds of berries here. See, some of them are raspberries. These are, oh, I can't remember the name of these berries. Maybe there'll be a sign up here somewhere. Here we go. Mawberry, M-A berry, mawberry. I know there's signs all over the place calling them mawberries, so. Every time you forget, there's always a reminder. So these over here are mawberry. In the winter, they look like they're could be grapes the way they're set up. But in the summer, they fill in way too much. Grapes don't fill in that way. So I started doing some research. I'm like, mawberries. I got some potatoes on the right here as well. Everything here is pretty well irrigated, so even though the grass is starting to dry from drying out, farms are all doing well. I think those harvesters are all running through the raspberry bushes. Because on our right here, that looks like raspberries. Bushes look like raspberries, and there's red berries on them that look like raspberries. Fairly confident that's what that is. Let's take this corner a little slower. Two big rigs meeting on a corner. Ease over the line. Trailer into the ditch, but it works. Well, I said 15 minutes and we're past that. Maybe we'll do three 20-minute segments. That makes sense because I know exactly where I would do the 20-minute segments. Done. 20-minute segments it is. Next clip will definitely be the Smasher, Coquihalla. Welcome to Nugents. Curb. All right, we are on Highway 5, Coquihalla, coming up to the Smasher. Romeo. There's a lot of names here. They're all Shakespearean names. When the railroad first got built through here, all the stops were called after Shakespearean names. Quite a few stops, so I'm assuming they're like water and sanding stations, stuff like that. Not all those stops would have been towns. I think they're just like water and sanding stations. Steam train climbing a steep hill would need both of those things quite regularly. Janup area, Box Canyon. It is now 30 degrees Celsius, and it is 2 p.m. I had myself a delicious peanut butter sandwich that just made for me on the weekend. Made up. Pretty cool. Looks like someone tagged that last witch's hat there. Thank you, Linda, for that term. Oh, I almost got it. I was trying to just nick it. Missed it. Just missed it by a hair. Oh! I was expecting to have 3 lanes here. Apparently that's not going to be a thing here today. I guess the pipeline building has come up this far. Alright, let's climb the Smasher. Bear Snow Shed. Go over the Coquihalla summit. I did look at the Osmo Action Cam settings. I didn't see anything off. I turned the voice command off, so see if that makes a difference. I'm going to make the assumption that we're allowed to use the left lane, even though that sign says no trucks in the left lane. I'm going to assume we're allowed to use the left lane since the far right lane is all the way blocked off. There's no way he's heavier than I am. Looking at how many axles he has on truck and trailer, he matches me. And I'm maxed out on, oh wait, I'm maxed out on US weight, not Canadian weight, so never mind, he can be heavier than me. I could be heavier now. I was maxed out on US weight. Did a funny shift over there. Can't pass a truck when you do a funny shift. Come on, automatic. You can do this. Well, it's a manual transmission shifted by the computer. We call them automatic. Uh-oh. The truck that we just were passing just came out of the tunnel and stopped on the road. I thought I was having shifting issues. He completely stopped. Nugents up northbound. Looks like a truck just broke down right after the air shed. Not that anyone's on the radio. I can try. Now that mountain in front of us is one heck of a big slab of rock.
Let's see, come out of the bridge, guys, coming up the flag here. We got our truck broken now.
That's what I said.
Oh, maybe guys, stop putting their foot right into it at 32 degree weather. Then Lord.
How else would you climb the smasher? You gotta put your foot in it. Another broken down truck. It's hot enough that, yeah, I smell coolant. It's hot enough that if you have any kind of truck problems, this mountain will find it for you. All my gauges are staying nice and cool. Oil temp is at 230 Fahrenheit. Water temperature is at 210 Fahrenheit. Front diff, my front drive axle temperature is at 220 Fahrenheit. My rear drive axle is at 190 Fahrenheit. All normal temperatures. That was very interesting. In the rear axle and front axle always were at a different temperature. Even though I have the diffs locked, both axles are getting power, so I remember always thinking that when only one axle was getting power, of course one will be hotter than the other, but I've been running with my diffs locked a couple of weeks now, just to watch tire tread wear differences. So. There's the brake check coming down the hill, the other side. Driver space too. merge over. Made it all the way to the top once again. Here's the actual summit. And it's nowhere near the tallest summit in British Columbia, let alone North America. US has much higher summits than Canada does. So this summit is only 1,244 meters, 4,081 feet. But this is a fairly high pass far up north, so a lot of snow up on this pass compared to some of the passes in the US side.
Holy guys, let's go.
We'll turn that off. Hopefully I remember to edit that out. I guess somebody was having a bad day. Oh, they've upped the speed up to 120 here. Cool. First time we've seen it 120 since the flooding last fall. That car is from Alaska. Of course, we're not going to do 120 on here. can't. I mean, downhill, I'm sure we could, but you know, that'd be a death wish. Don't want to burn the brakes off these trailers yet. Going down the hills, we're going to actually go fairly slow. As a rule, going downhill, I go a little bit faster than I came up the hill. Just gotta remember, the engine pulled us up the hill at a certain speed. Going down the hill, I'm gonna need that same engine to hold me from going down the hill too fast. So if you don't know the highway at all, don't know the hill at all, pick the same gear down the hill as you went up the hill. You'll do all right. You'll be conservative, but you'll do all right. Better to be conservative than a little too aggressive down the hill. Anyway, next clip will be, I'm not sure, we'll see. Somewhere on Trans-Canada Highway 1. Shuswap Lake, Trans-Canada Highway. It's now 4:56, almost 5 p.m. So we're basically eastbound on Trans-Canada Highway 1. Just past the town of Chase. Chase is behind us in our rear view mirror. I rarely get to drive this section of highway. So if all goes to plan, that's a nice viewpoint right there. If all goes to plan, I'm headed back to Klesnikov to load tomorrow. From Stickamoose to Klesnikov, so it's what? 3-hour drive time, including a free ferry. Because I would just take Trans-Canada all the way to Revelstoke and then head south. And have to take that ferry. over and then continue heading up south to the cusp and then all the way to Klesnikov and from. So we'll see if the plans change by tomorrow. But 36 degrees Celsius. It is hot. But my dash cam is nice and cold because it's blowing cold AC over it all day long. Hardly anybody waves back to me over here, but it's a 2-lane highway, but it's Trans-Canada. There's so many trucks. I'm waving to truck after truck after truck. It's definitely a trucker's highway. Eventually I give up waving too on this highway. Carving some corners. Looks like I'll get to the customer around 6 p.m. Parking is a little questionable. I'm not sure if I can park on location or nearby. If not, Sycamoose has a Esso truck stop a little way down the highway, so I'll give that a try if I have to. Cool if I could park on site and take all my straps off and be ready to unload tomorrow morning, but I have my doubts. Really like the clouds today. Quite enjoyable. Oh, Jess called me. She spent 3 hours at the hospital today. She had an appointment. Not emergency. She had an appointment to get some blood taken and talk to a specialist about all her allergies. But there were some delays and it took forever to get to see the doctor, and they have a new computerized fancy new equipment to do the blood test. And he's a specialist with allergies, and he believes all the other medical things going on are all related to just allergies. He thinks if they can solve the fact that she's allergic to herself, solve that one problem, a lot of the other problems will go away. They kind of do seem related, so. And because we don't have a truck, because they couldn't get it repaired, she needed to get a ride, so she called the repair place and made them give her a ride. 60. And then 6 minutes after they dropped her off at home, the part finally came in to repair the truck, and it's now repaired, and she's brought the pickup back home. It was under $400. She said the labor was $36, but they've been working on that pickup. The 7th seal they ordered. They've been working on it for 2 months, and I guess as a way of apologizing, they only charged us $36 in labor. Crazy. Thank you. Because I'm sure they could have charged for the amount of time. I'm guessing probably around $300 to $400 in labor is what they could have charged us. That's what I was kind of expecting. So, I mean, I'll take it. Thank you. So, oh yeah. Where did I have the work done? So in Penticton, if you guys ever want to get work done, Integrity Auto. Good people. Even though they couldn't get the right seal in, good people. A lot of it was not their fault. There's all sorts of supply shortages and stuff like that, so. And of course, the last seal they ordered took longer to get because the delivery truck got in a vehicle accident and was delayed because of that. Can't control stuff like that. the Shuswap up here is pretty beautiful. It's uniquely different. I wish I got to drive up here more often. Historical Notch Hill. Wonder what makes Notch Hill historical. The corn's growing pretty good. Well guys, I guess it's been an hour. Beautiful green Shuswap. Might be a good place to end the video here. White Creek. I'm just glad that the pickup is fixed. Vacation is a go-ahead. I told Jess to go look underneath the pickup, make sure there's no leaks, no drips, anything. Go for a drive, come back and check again the next day and the next morning and see if there's any drips. Make sure that seal is holding nice and solid, just in case it's not set in perfectly. I would like to know before we go on vacation. I'm sure that it is set in properly, but I've had that happen to me before where got everything fixed up, drove away, 100 miles down the road, I was leaking oil everywhere. long as it was still leaking oil, I kept driving. Made it back to the shop and had them redo it sealed this time. Anyway, I am out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all the members that are coming and going and changing everything. Thank you. Keep doing what you guys are doing. You guys are rocking it. The member colors have all changed, so YouTube updated it, so I matched all of my trucks to match YouTube's colors. And now their members can be up to, anyone over 4 years will get, final color for the members list will be purple now. So we got a couple years to go before we get a purple. And of course, I see some of you are leaving a super thanks down below, which on my app doesn't actually tell me that I got a super thanks. I found out I had a super thanks months after I got one. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm getting these? Oh, my app doesn't tell me that someone paid me money for a super thanks. So, thank you. I hope I don't miss too many of them. We really appreciate those too. And of course, everybody that just watched to the end of the video, thank you. I can't really ask for any more than that. That's already more than enough just by watching to the end. Really appreciate you guys watching and all the comments. Wow, you guys, lots of comments coming in. I really appreciate those too. New videos, old videos, comments all over the place. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It'll be a fun drive, another road we don't take very often. Get a ferry ride. Should be another good one. I'm out of here. You guys rock. Kind of cut me off. I could honk at them, but it's the BCA. I don't want to be mean to the pets. Okay, here we go. Here we go.